Are you good at making a first impression? First impression when you first meet somebody and you get a feeling if they are good or bad. Are you good at making a first impression? It can be very important in business or any part of life when you meet people. If you're at a party, to make a good impression. What what advice would I give? I don't know. Be polite, be friendly, try to remember somebody's name, look at them in the eye to eye contact, smile, and be a good listener. Try not to dominate the conversation too much. That's what I would say. The idea of that is that you want people to have a good impression, a good feeling about you. Why? Well, if you want to get ahead with people, learning about and judging people's characters is a very important skill in life. You have to, in life, we meet many people every day, sometimes. Certainly through life, we meet many kinds of people. And we have to make a decision. Oh, is this person a good person that I want to spend time with? Is this person I have to be careful with? So it's a good idea to have some kind of way of judging, are they a good character? And I was reading a newsletter. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but his name is Ted Gioia. I don't know. Gioia. 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 I think he's American, so probably a Spanish name or Italian name. I'm not sure. Let's call him Ted. Ted, he's anyway. He writes some interesting articles about life and stuff, and this one I thought would make an interesting lesson because he talked about 8 ways that he uses to try to judge somebody's character. See if they're any good to you. Okay, well, okay. So number one, forget what a person says. Instead, look at who they marry. This choice tells you more about their innermost longings, expectations, and needs. In other words, it doesn't matter what somebody says. If they have a really nice wife or a really nice husband or boyfriend or girlfriend, that's a good sign. You know, if you look at somebody with very bad character, and like Trump, does he have a nice wife? No, not really. Yeah. Anyway, that's one thing you can choose. It's important who you are married to and what kind of a person. That can give you a clue about what kind of person they are. Another one, more common one, is see how they treat service workers. Service worker, like uh, a waiter or waitress, or in the izakaya, is if somebody's rude and ignores the wait person, there might be a problem, right? There may be an arrogant person. I think that's quite good. Okay. Number three, discover what experiences formed their character in early life. The experiences that really shape lives often happen in early adulthood. Yeah, if you know somebody's history and what they did in their when they were a teenager and how they became a young adult, maybe that tells you about the big struggles that they've had. Maybe that's true. I don't know. It's difficult to know about people's past. I'm not sure I want to ask too many questions. That's a tough one, but maybe. Anyway, number four, how do they invest their two most valuable resources, money and time? This will tell you more than any qualification. Right? Everybody has the same amount of time and everybody has some money. How do you spend both of those things? If you see how somebody spends their time and money, it gives you a clue about their personality. If somebody spends all their money on clothes, well, what does that tell you? On the other hand, if somebody spends all their money on books, it tells you they're an English teacher. Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it? How do they choose to spend their time? Do they like to go shopping, or do they spend time online, or watching sports, or being with their children? I don't know. It tells you about their character, how you spend time and money. Okay, number five, identify what irritates people the most in others, because this is probably the trait they dislike most in themselves. Okay, that means, if somebody's always angry and annoyed, like, oh, that person is so lazy, I hate that person, very often it's because you are lazy. if you hate people being lazy, it might be because you hate being lazy yourself. So it tells you the things that annoy you tell you about other people, tell you about yourself too. Philosophically, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, how about number 6? Can they listen? That's very important. If you meet somebody who's a good listener, who isn't always talking um, or thinking about themselves, that's very rare. He says here, can they listen? When you encounter people, when you meet people in any kind of setting, from professional to social, they can choose to 1, talk, 2, listen, or 3, do neither. Group 2 is the rarest. Yeah, so it's very rare to find people who are very good listeners. So that's a good thing, maybe. Another one, number 7. If they cheat at small things, they will cheat at big things. So if you playing golf with somebody and they hide the ball or they give themselves extra points, that's a bad sign, isn't it? I'm thinking again of Donald Trump. He famously cheats at golf to give himself higher score. You can't trust people like that, can you? So interesting. Okay. Finally, number 8. Watch how they handle unexpected problems. Do they overreact or underreact? I think in this newsletter, this guy Ted talks about uh, a job interview, and the person giving the job interview arranged for the waiter to drop food on somebody or on one of the guests, and then to see how they react. Do they get angry at the waiter? Do they not react, or do they try to help? It tells you about their character. So that's interesting. Unexpected problems. How do people react? I've got one more that I wanted to put in here that my father told me too, or perhaps you know this one too. Is a good judge of somebody's character is how children or animals treat this person. If children naturally become friendly with a person, or if dogs and cats have no problem with a person, often that's a good measure that they are a decent person, a mature, nice person. Not always, but it's a good guess, good measure. Okay, that's what I've got. Okay, I got 3 questions. Number 1, which of these do you think is the best? Can you see all of them? There they are. Which one of these do you think is the best? Number 2, do you have any good ways to judge someone's character? My dad's was about children. How about you? Any ideas? Number 3, would you score highly if you tested your own character by these methods? This is tough. If you use these 8 questions and look at yourself, at your own character, do you think you would pass? I don't know. Anyway, okay, well, that's enough of me talking. Oh, I've got a typing mistake here. Hold on. You. Oops. Okay, well, have a think about these questions and about how we judge people. And we'll talk about it when I see you next. Thank you very much. Okay, see you soon.